Hey guys, I'm doing well today. It's my Super Rugby AU preview of the grand final between the Brumbies and Reds. So yeah, this is a huge game. Both teams will be wanting to win this game for sure. It's the grand final, so it's the last game of this whole competition in Super Rugby AU. And yeah, the game will be played at Joe Stadium in Canberra. So the Brumbies will have home advantage, which is pretty good for this game. Home advantage is key throughout this whole competition. Really, I think most games, for most teams, other than you could say the Western Force, have been pretty good at home. So it's pretty key that the Brumbies have that home advantage to go off. But yeah, no, the Reds will be also wanting to win this game for sure. They did beat them previously. I think it was only like 2 weeks ago. So yeah, this will be a really mixed bag for what this game will really have in store, really. And yeah, the Reds, the last time the Reds won was 9 years ago against the Crusaders in the 2011 Super Rugby finals. So yeah, they'll be definitely wanting to win this game for sure. Get that trophy in for the club, and yeah, same for the Brumbies as well. I think they actually haven't won. They haven't been into a final since like early 2000s. Yeah, actually not early 2000s. No, they've been in a final within like 2008, I think, against the Crusaders, but they haven't won a final since early 2000s. So yeah, no, this is definitely a huge game for them for sure. So yeah, I'll just be reading you guys out the starting lineups that they've the lineups they've released for this game, and yeah, it's big news. So yeah, anyway, for the Brumbies, at number 1 they selected Scott Sia. At number 2 they're going with Flaf Anga. At 3 they're going with Alan Toa, who's the captain of the side. At 4 they're going with Murray Douglas. At 5 they're going with Cadian Neville. At 6 they're going with Lachlan McCaffrey. At 7 they're going with Will Miller. And at 8 they're going with Pete Samu. So yeah, no, it's a pretty good, stacked forward pack, you could say, from the Brumbies. It's essentially a Wallaby. You could say a Wallaby front row there with Sia, Fanga, and Alan Toa. All three of them are brilliant, really, in what they can all offer for this game for the Brumbies. Especially Fanga. He's a try scoring machine. I think he has the most tries. He's one of the most leading try scorers within the whole of Super Rugby. So yeah, he's definitely one to look out for within this match. And yeah, no, Scott Seo and Alan Toa will definitely influence that scrum for sure. And yeah, other than that, you have Murray Douglas coming back into the lineup, so it's great to see him sliding into that lock spot. And yeah, with their loose forwards with McCaffrey, Will Miller, and Samu, they will definitely be crucial within this game because they're going to have to counter the Reds' loose forwards, which will be probably one of the key areas in who will win this game for sure. So yeah, moving on to the backs. At number 9, they selected Joe Powell. At 10, they're going Noah Laseo. At 11, they're going Tom Wright. 12, they're going Azrae Samani. At 13, they're going Tavia Kirjani. At 14, they're going with Andy Muirhead. And at 15, they're going with Tom Banks. So that's a very, very good looking back line there. The likes of Joel Powell, who's coming back into the side. He's just replacing Nick White, really, which is kind of a shift. It's not too big of a shift, really, because Joel Powell was really starting for a lot of these games, and he definitely deserves to have a shot within the final, I think, for all what he's done for the Brumbies. But the big one, the huge one actually, is Noah Laseo coming back for the Brumbies. He had a hamstring injury for a long time. I think he was out for I forget how long it was, but it was a huge injury. So yeah, no, it's just good to see him back within the side. I don't think he played a lot of games within Super PAU. So yeah, for him to just be within the final is great for him. Boost the Brumbies really and just what they can offer within that attack of theirs. And yeah, Noah Laseo will be pretty dangerous. He'll be a playmaker within this game for sure. And yeah, no, they're going with the usual wingers with Tom Wright and with Annie Muirhead as well, so they'll both be dangerous within those wings. And yeah, their centre combination of Simone and Kirjani will be ruthless. That's one of the key areas they can probably get over the Reds in. And yeah, Tom Banks has been brilliant throughout this competition. It's Tom Banks. He's one of Australia's best fullbacks, I'd have to say. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the starting lineup does. But yeah, with their bench, they have some good bench players in there. I'd say it's probably the strongest bench I've seen, throughout this whole competition. They have McNary, they have James Slipper, they have Nick Forrest, they have Rob Valentini, they have Nick White. They have the likes of Kanzuli on the bench. They have Suman Kata. So yeah, there's some big names on the bench that can definitely make an impact within the second half for sure. And yeah, this will be a huge game. It's going to be, it's going to be interesting to see how much of an impact these players might make within the second half. But I'll say Kazuli and maybe Kata and Nick White for sure will be key influencers within that. And you could say maybe James Slipper as well. He might come off the bench to strengthen that front row of theirs, which is already good. But yeah, moving on to the Reds. Yeah, the Reds also have a great team. You know, they just they beat the Rebels in the qualifying final to make it to this grand final, and yeah, fair play to them. They were pretty impressed. I mean, it's kind of what you expected to see from them. It's the final you really wanted to see is the Reds Brumbies. I mean, both games have been pretty good to watch. I mean, the first one was just decided by 1 point, and yeah, the Reds kind of, you could say, blew them out of the water within the second one at their home. So yeah, this will just be interesting to see who wins the third and final battle, really. So, but yeah, at number 1, the Reds have selected JP Smith. At 2, they're going with Brandon Pengamosa. At 3, they're going with Taniela Tupou. He's insane. At number 4, they're going with Angus Bliff. At 5, they're going with Lachlan Sakai Loto. At 6, they're going with Liam Wright, who's the captain of the side, of course. He'd be leading from there. And at 7, they selected Fraser McWright. And 8, they're going with Harry Wilson. So yeah, no, it's a very, very good looking, forward back there. With JP Smith in for Harry Hooper, which is just a switch really. It's not too big of a deal. And yeah, other than that, they haven't made really any changes within that front row of theirs. I mean, they have the likes of Lachlan Sakai Loto, who will be pretty crucial within that the lock area with Bliff. And yeah, no, I mean, Taniela Tupou has been brilliant throughout this competition. I mean, he's just his passing ability and just the way he's able to, attract 2 players on him, and he can just do an offload. It's great to see. It's just great to see. But yeah, no, also Brandon Pengamosa, I've been pretty impressed by him throughout this competition at hooker spot. I mean, I wouldn't say his throwing has been pretty it hasn't really been consistent, but overall he's been pretty, he's been an influence throughout the games he's played in. But yeah, other than that, with the loose forward trio, like I continue to say it, I'll just continue to say it again, it's a Wallaby loose forward trio, with the likes of Wright, McWright and Wilson. I mean, they all possess different qualities, with Wright just being an overall leader and just going from the front and being able to have a good tackling success, as well as just being in good positions for a try scoring opportunity. I mean, then you have Fraser McWright, who's just the best player I've seen for Australia within that breakdown. He will be so crucial for them. I mean, I personally think is the Reds' key player in this match. And yeah, they have the likes of Harry Wilson, who's just a great ball carrier, and yeah, you just really want to see him on that ball and just gain a lot of meters in this match for sure. But yeah, anyway, moving on to the backs. At number 9, they selected Tate McDermott. At 10, they're going with James O'Connor. At 11, they're going with Philippe Dongadu. At 12, they're going with Hamish Stewart. 13, they're going with Hunter Basami, so that's pretty interesting there. 14, they're going with Jordan Pataya. And at 15, they're going with Jock Campbell. So yeah, no, it's a very, very good looking back line. I'd say they've made you can tell straight away they made a few changes within there. They've shifted Jordan Pataya into the 14 slot, which he was originally playing within the early rounds of this competition anyway. So Hunter Basami can come back. So that's interesting to see. Hunter Basami is great to watch. He's just a tank, really. He's like a younger version. He reminds me of a younger version of Liam Mbappe in a way and how he plays. And yeah, Pataya, he has I think a bit of a concussion, but I think it seems like he's passed the concussion test, and he's going to be able to play. So it's just good to see him, really, because he'll have an influence within this game for sure. And yeah, no, James O'Connor and Tim McDermott, they will be probably the 2 most influential players within the side for the Reds. I mean, they'll be the ones doing the playmaking ability, and yeah, James O'Connor has been brilliant throughout this this whole competition, really, and yeah, he's definitely someone to look out for. You don't want to. I think he hasn't been underrated, but he's done stuff which is just great to see. It's like the old O'Connor we love to watch. But yeah, anyway, and Turpin Drummond as well. He's just brilliant. I love him to bits. I mean, he should have been Australia's scrum half a year ago. But I mean, anyway, I'm not going to talk about that. But yeah, no, and they have the likes of Jock Campbell as well, who's slotting within that 15 slot, which is great to see. Yeah, he's brilliant. So yeah, just moving on to the bench. They have a few players from that bench who can make an impact. Like I said, they had Harry Hooper. They had the likes of Angus Scott Young, who was pretty good. The likes of Maurice Harari, Ben Haggerty, and Josh Hardy. So yeah, they have a few players in there who can make an impact for sure within that second half. I wouldn't say they have a stronger bench than the Brumbies, but they can counter it in some ways. But yeah, other than that, that's it with the lineups. Just moving on to my prediction. I do think this game will be pretty close. I'm gonna I'm going to predict that this game, you know, the last time these two teams played at, you know, in Canberra, I think the Brumbies won only like 23-22. It was in like the last few minutes of the game, so it's, yeah, this is definitely be a close one. This might be a shock, and I just think they're going to do it, but I think the Reds will get a win. I think they will. Yeah, no, yeah. I'm going to stick with the Reds, yeah. I'm going to say the Reds will win this game, and I think they'll win it by 5 points. So I'm going to say that they'll win it by, you know, I'll give it, say, 26-21. That'll be my final prediction for this game. Yeah, 26-21. So yeah, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Definitely want to see you guys commenting for sure. And yeah, I'll see you next time.